Got up this morning, I crawled out of my bed. My back was really aching, my eyes were cherry red. It's just the morning after, I don't remember who was here. I'll eat a slice of that cold pizza and wash it down with warm beer. I got that not so fresh feeling from my head down to my toes. I think I had a good time, heaven only knows. It's just the morning after. Lord, it's funky up in here. Help me now, yeah. I'll eat a slice of cold pizza and wash it down with warm beer. Yeah, you got it now, hey.
Yeah, you got it now. Hey, welcome to the Morning After with JP and Big Joe. I'm JP. Big Joe is out today. What? He's out. Big Joe's got family stuff. It's Thanksgiving season, but he's not here. But I have a very special guest co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him in. Coming to the show, he is going to be the co-host today. He is from South Amherst, Ohio. You know him, you love him, from the band Vindicator. Give it up for Vic Stown. What's going on, Vic?
Not a whole lot. Drinking some tea. Normally not drinking tea right now, so
Yeah,
what your show made me do. I got to drink tea on the show. Like that's what Big Joe does, right? He has the tea.
Yes.
I think I'm
coffee.
doing it right.
Yeah. It's something that makes you happy. That's all I want. Normally, first of all, folks, thank you for joining us on the Morning After today. Really appreciate it. Everybody that's joining us live, everybody that checks us out on the repeat on YouTube, appreciate that too. Welcome. Get your comments in or something.
Yes.
But hey, we got Vic on the show today. Big Joe, like I said, he's out. He's got some stuff to do. He'll be back next week. But Vic is here despite the fact that he's not feeling very good. I think he's sick. He has a bit of a stomach ache. And no, Vic is braving the sick feeling, and he's joining us today. That's why he's drinking tea. Am I right? Normally, it's a cold beer.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't normally during the week I don't try to drink beer because like I have things I have to do that it isn't really good to drink beer and try to do those things. But normally right now I'm just drinking water or something. Not normally tea. Like I try to cut off any caffeine after 11.
Good
but
man.
Yeah, you can hear it in my voice. Maybe I sound a little more sultry than normal.
Even more?
Yeah, more than usual.
No, it sounds good. Yeah, you must have some honey up in that tea.
I do have some honey. Yeah, a freakish amount, like an entire tablespoon. I love honey, but man, I don't know. It probably would give me the shits if I ate too much of it.
Do you do the whole thing where you squeeze all the honey and then you squeeze like an entire lemon in there and then like some cayenne pepper as well? I try it, man.
I love cayenne on everything possible. And so that wouldn't be the first time that I've done that, but I have neither lemon nor cayenne right now. So it's just, a tablespoon of honey. And what sucks about a tablespoon of honey is you're holding a tablespoon and it takes forever because the bottles are so hard. You ever notice that? Like, why are honey bottles so difficult to squeeze? Like, ketchup bottles aren't, but honey bottles are freakishly, only that little bit comes out, no matter how hard you squeeze it. It's like they're childproof.
Well, I'm from Southern California. The weather is generally warm. And when the weather is warm, the honey's at a nice consistency. It's at a pourable temperature. If it gets anywhere below like 70 degrees, the honey becomes like fucking molasses or whatever you said. It's like impossible to squeeze it out of the jar. So no, I don't really have that problem.
Man,
that's an Ohio thing.
It's just 5 minutes of your life you don't get back.
Man, I didn't realize honey was so damn difficult, man. It's supposed to be
it really is.
That's some old bullshit, man. What kind of tea is that, by the way?
It's actually ginger lemon, so I guess there's a little, lemon in it. I don't know how they do that, if it's lemon zest or, but because I mean, obviously there's not like fresh fruit. It's celestial seasonings. It's not nothing fancy, you know. As you go to the store and grab a box of non-caffeinated tea that doesn't taste like trash.
Yeah, celestial seasoning. It's the Kleenex of tea. It's
Yeah.
it's like the number one tea, I guess.
Yeah, good guess. I would have guessed the same thing.
Well, hey man, I'm stoked that you joined us today. We're hot on the heels of the release of Communal Decay, Vindicator's new album. What's the reception been, man?
I mean, people seem to like it. Those that have have been contacted, privately by quite a few folks, and I mean that doesn't. Our fan base is a funny one. They don't quite understand that like they need to like take pictures with it and make the posts about how great it is and stuff. They'll like text me or message me or tag me and not the band. And I love these people to death. I mean, I'm fortunate to have any fans whatsoever. So I mean, nothing about that. It's just funny to me because it's like the internet doesn't work that way. Like you have to run it down people's throats. So I mean, our fans, the people who have liked us for years, like it. It falls in line with what they expected. So I can't say I've not seen any bad reviews yet, but so there's that. At least we got that going for us.
I've written down here, make post about Vindicator CD and shirt. I never did that.
Dude, it's not a big deal. Like
I'm one of those bad fans.
Well, most people don't like. That's not something that you should have to do. It's just a thing that Facebook's made us do now. Like the bands that have the most hype are the ones that are going to do freakishly well or get better opportunities and such. So if you don't have that stupid hype machine behind you, or you're not paying $1,500 a month for PR, you're not going to have that. It's not going to work for you. And I mean, Facebook does everything it can, and I'm sure you're familiar with knocking down posts, any of them, their own posts. It hates YouTube, man.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, so you try to upload the video direct to Facebook, and they want you to pay to just for it to wind up in your own fans' news feed. So it's like, I mean, yeah, it's a lot easier now than it was back in the day, but I don't know. It's a double-edged sword,
Yeah, well, it's funny about Facebook. When Facebook first, I don't know, I think when everybody first jumped on Facebook like 10 or 11 years ago, it was already bad for bands. It wasn't good. Because everyone was stoked on MySpace, because MySpace was great for bands, if I remember correctly. And then we all jumped over to Facebook, and Facebook, we discovered, was not great for bands, and then they only made it worse somehow. They didn't do anything to help it. They only made it worse. And as you said, all these people, whatever, my band's page has, 2,000 likes or something. Your post doesn't even go to all those people. As you said, you gotta pay. What the fuck is that? I already worked hard to get 2,000 people to click like on my page. Why can't you just put my posts in their page?
Right. Well, they did all the bullshit hoops you had to jump through too. Like you had to click follow. I added the fucking page. Now I have to it's like re-adding the page. Like, oh, now you got to go out of your way to do the thing. Then once that died down, then they were like, well, you're just only going to have access to 3% of your fans. So enjoy that. But yeah, so
I actually like the follow unfollow thing. Okay, not for promoting stuff, not for my band, but we all are friends with Facebook with some guy, or somebody.
Yeah. There's always the guy.
There's some guy. Maybe the guy's your uncle. Maybe the guy's some dude that you met one time because he's in a band you played a show with 7 years ago. And they just posting bullshit, and you don't want to go so far as to say, no, I'm not friends with this guy, which is like, I don't, maybe why is that so bad too? You can just unfriend.
Yeah, Facebook's done that to us as well. If I can interject, I've had that happen where it's like, you unfollow you unfriend somebody because you're like, we're not really friends, and then they find out, and then they're like, hey, and you're like, and it's like real awkward. Like, no, dude, we don't have anything in common. You don't care for anything that I do. I don't know why we are friends. It's like it's the whole fake realm of just bullshit. I hate it so much.
It is.
I hate it.
It's completely fake. You're right.
Absolutely, it absolutely is. I mean, like, I know that some stuff is genuine, and I've made some good friends from Facebook. I can't say, you know, all that kind of awful shit about it, but for the most part, there's a lot of fake stuff where it's like, you know, oh, so and so did the good thing, like the post. So and so did the good. Hey, great job. You know, like it's like real like really hollow like compliments where you're like, I mean, once you've been around for so long, you can kind of start calling bullshit on some of the stuff people. Oh, yeah, man. I mean, especially if you're making music, I'm sure it is that way with all art. But if you're doing something where you're making something, and then you're able to sift through the genuine compliments versus the folks that are like, hey, man, checked out your song. I like those drums. Like, it's something real generic where you're like, you don't like this. You didn't like it. You know, you don't really, and that's okay. Like, yeah, people shouldn't feel like obligated to like things. You know what I mean?
Yes, that sentence is correct.
Like, I feel like there's a lot of that anymore. It's just like, oh man, I got to tell them something. No, you don't have to tell me shit. I'd rather people be honest with me.
That's true. You know, if you don't like it, just fucking say it. It's still engagement. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah, man, I'm conflicted now. I'm
No, I want to hear. I want to hear it. Let me hear the other side of it, because I also like both sides of the story. So if you're doing something cool, like, I understand support too.
Yes.
Like, but there's a lot. I feel like, and maybe it's a fine line between like support and like just being fake. You know what I mean? Support your friends in what they're doing, as long as it's not something fucked up or, you know, gross or something. But I mean, at the same time, like, I don't know, if you're not really their friend, you shouldn't have to feel obligated to be like, hey man, I saw your track. It's 2 minutes long. Ha. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
true. Well, hey, man, I mean, it's like sometimes when you see somebody supporting you, you get a nice feeling, you know.
Yes.
But when you see that it's the fake one, it's almost like, well, just don't bother, because I know you don't mean it. It's like when, you know, maybe you got some fucking noisecore band or something like that, and then your stepdad goes and watches you play live. You know, your stepdad doesn't fucking like your noisecore band,
right?
But he's there like supporting you. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's a good fucking stepdad. I'm gonna say that right now.
Putting up with that noisecore stuff,
man.
But you know, it's like you're happy you're being supported, but at the same time, you know, it's not like real support.
Yeah, like I want genuine stuff, man. Like, here's a good story for you. One time, this guy messages me. He's like, we're playing a show, he's gonna come. He's like, hey, how much money do I need to bring? And I'm like, now, of course, I didn't read it like that initially. You'll know why I used that cool voice in a minute. And I'm like, I don't know, man. We got all kinds of stuff. We got, like, you know, several shirt designs, a few CDs available. We got fucking soap. You know, we got some stuff. And dude comes to the show and buys one CD, the cheapest one he could buy, because it was an EP.
Okay.
Now, why? Why did you have to go out of your way to ask me how much money, like implying that you're like, gonna buy all your shit tonight, bro? And then you roll up to the show. We have multiple shirt sizes, so it wasn't like we only had smalls or some size he didn't fit in. We had his size. We had all kinds of shit. Dude spends like $7.
Wow.
Whoa, high roller. You know, see, that to me, that's just fake. Like, why did you say that? Like, if you hadn't said that, I wouldn't have... You know, like, I wouldn't have had any inclination you were going to spend any money, you know, and that $7 would have been more impactful. You're like, oh, cool, Vic. Thanks for buying my shit. But no, you had to be like, how much money do I need to bring? Well, now I'm thinking you're going to, like, spend a couple bucks, you know? Nope, you bought one thing. Cool,
Poor
thanks,
Vic
bro.
is doing math in his head, like, how much does all my shit cost put together? We got shirts, soap.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, if I ever told you how much I hate math, too, I'm terrible at it. Oh, man. Me and math don't get along.
Well, we're in the right business then, because there's no math here, buddy.
No, dude, there's not.
Yeah, you know,
it's just zero.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's not like you're counting a bunch of money, or at least if you're in my situation. We're in the same situation. We're in metal bands that we wish we were doing better.
Right.
You know, Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, that's good. I'm glad to know the album is getting glowing reviews, even from fake
Yeah.
bots or
I wish
stepdads.
more bots. It's getting good reviews from folks who actually like it. So I mean, that's that does mean something, because if you recall, I was a little weary about doing this one. I was a little shy about starting the whole machine back up again. So I'm happy that no one's completely ripped it apart yet. I mean, because hey, man, bad shit's okay too. If you can take something from it, if you can read a bad review and go, well, I see what the guy's saying. I hate the bad reviews that are like, I hate new wave of thrash band, so I'm going to review this one sucks too. Like that's the whole review. It's like, oh, cool, you just don't like the genre, so you're just going to throw.
Why'd you even listen?
Yeah. So, but you know what? This whole conversation is just how we're slowly devolving into bitter, jaded, musicians, which is par for the course, I suppose.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You sign up for metal. That's part of the lifestyle.
It's like I liken it to like working in retail. Maybe the first couple months are fine, but then after you do it for like 2 or 3 years, you're like, I hate everything, and I hate myself, and I hate my body, and I hate these fucking lights, and I hate these people that come into the store, and I hate our customers, man. The people that spend money on shit, I hate them. That's what happens.
Yes.
No. Not so much in metal, in music. It's like we're a little more thankful, but
yeah,
isn't it annoying? We were just talking about Facebook. I don't know. Maybe I asked you this when you were on the show a couple weeks ago, but isn't it so annoying how you'll put your fucking all into a music project? Like for example, the new Vindicator album, Communal Decay, available at Bandcamp, Vindicator's Bandcamp, of course. You might. I always forget the URL, but
that was
whatever.
Good. That works.
But you'll put your fucking everything into making a record, or whatever it may be, and you go and post about it on Facebook, where you got the most friends, where everybody knows your name, and you'll get like 1 or 2 clicks on it, or not in general. I mean, we as artists or whatever.
Yep.
You get 1 or 2 clicks on it, and you're like, well, that was disappointing. But then you'll post a joke about fucking mashed potatoes or some kind of like dumb, relatable joke, and everybody just smashes it. Like they fucking love it, and they share it, and they go, oh, amazing. They leave comments, they leave fucking likes and stuff like that. It's like, I fucking tried so hard on this damn record. I spent a damn year on it. Nobody gave a shit about it.
No, that's fact. I don't know. See, that's what's weird to me too. There's like a lot of. I think this is a big metal thing too. Maybe it happens in other things. Probably happens in, party politics and NASCAR groups. I don't know, but there's a lot of collectors like of metal musicians, man. These people that are like, well, this guy's, we have like 300 mutual friends, so I'm going to add him. And you have nothing in common with that person. They don't care they don't care about, you've never met them. They don't care about the music that you write whatsoever. And it's painful. It's like, why did you add me? We're adding people because we want to get access to more people. That's when you add a musician, they're probably just accepting that ad based solely on the fact that maybe this guy will be a fan. That's like, it sounds real shallow, but I mean, that's the name of the game.
It's networking, really. I mean, there's no friends here. We're just networking.
Oh yeah, and maybe not even so much a fan, but maybe somebody who knows somebody who can, maybe get you on a fest, something along those lines.
Exactly.
Potential fan, potential, colleague of sorts. But yeah, I don't know, man. Facebook's a weird, like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Is you can make a bizarre post about the dumbest shit and get like 80 likes on it, but then when you make like a meaningful post about something you worked hard on, it's like 15. Again, I think that's just Facebook playing games. Would you like to, good. You want to sponsor this post?
We got Nick Gomez here in the chat. Welcome, Nick. I once got a like and a half, he said.
Really?
That's difficult.
Man, that's something to be incredibly proud of.
Yeah, that's harder to get than 2 likes, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Or 1 like, I once got a like and a half. That's amazing. Nick, how did that happen? I know you're just being funny, but
I know you're just pulling our legs.
Some guy popped into our chat a few weeks ago and said, "Who's the green guy? What's the name of the green guy from Shrek?"
Isn't it Shrek?
Yeah, exactly. I know. I think he just wanted us to say that. But I was like, "Who's this guy?" And he had never joined us on the broadcast before. Popped in the chat, asked us who the green guy from Shrek was. I was like, "That was funny." I
that's fun. I like that. That could have been way worse. That could have been.
Yeah. And I'm okay with it being worse. I don't have to display the comment, but I would like to see it. It's like when I talk about opening up the mailbag. And by the way, folks, if you have anything interesting to send us, you can send it to morningaftertv@gmail.com, because I love opening the mailbag, because I don't know what the fuck people are going to send. Sometimes they send some weird stuff. Sometimes it's good, and I don't have to play it on the show. I'd like to.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Send us some emails, folks, at morningaftертv@gmail.com. Once again, folks, if you're just joining us, Vic Stown is our wonderful co-host today. Big Joe's out. He's going to be back next week. I think. He never told me that. He never told me he'd be back. Shit. I should text him. Yeah. But I'm sure it'll be fine. He's got family stuff. It's Thanksgiving. By the way, how was your Thanksgiving, man?
It was pretty good. Cooked, my family, we do just my wife and my kids, we do our own. Just because it's less hectic, especially when you have kids, and it can be a little overwhelming, like 4 to 6 hours, and in a big family setting. And I understand that, and just for my own sanity, plus prime leftovers. Like, you get the best leftovers when you are the one cooking. So, it went well. Can't complain. I 2 years in a row we've done that now, and it was a blast. I was going to ask, do you remember, in your younger days, like when you're maybe like not a kid, but not a teenager, do you remember like your parent or guardian cooking Thanksgiving dinner? Do you recall that?
I grew up with my mom, who is a single mom. So no. I don't. I remember having Thanksgiving food, but I don't remember really her doing the whole thing.
Okay.
It was just me and her.
I can remember my mom cooking, and it was like, it took like 5 days to cook the turkey, and it was like just this. It was this hell. It's like our parents ingrained us to remember just slaving away at this feast, and it took forever, and it was hot, and there was a lot of cursing and things, and it just made it seem like a hell that you never wanted to attempt. And my wife and I bought a roaster last year, and we had like a partially frozen turkey, threw it in there, and it was cooked in like 2 hours.
Oh.
And wow. I was like, why did our parents always make it like and they still do that. Like, they still cook like a turkey in the oven. And it takes so long, and it's so much work. You gotta like baste it and shit. Roasters, man, you just throw the thing in there and it does everything itself. And it's like this.
A roaster is that anything like a smoker or like a rotisserie thing, or what's a roaster?
It's like a separate oven. It's like an electric oven, man. You just plug the thing into the wall, set the temperature, and that shit cooks in like half the time it takes to cook in an oven, maybe even less time than that. And it's like self-basting. Like, you don't have to do shit. You put it in there, turn it on, good to go.
What? Yo, okay. So, me and my small family here, I live with my fiance and my soon-to-be mother-in-law. We've been fearing the turkey. Like, I've never cooked a turkey before. Eventually, I feel like maybe we'll get there. But like, I'm a new cook. I've only been cooking for the last 4 years. So I'm learning all the sides. I've been making the sides and stuff, lately, because I've been afraid of the turkey. But you just blew my mind.
Yeah, dude, I was afraid of the turkey
in 2 hours.
Yeah, you can cook it in 2 hours, man. I was afraid of the turkey too, and man, it's so.
Why are we afraid of turkey? It's just, as you said, our parents brainwashed us.
It was scary. Thanksgiving dinner was terrifying. It's like 37 different dishes. This giant bird, like I said, that at least, I mean, realistically, it takes like 5 hours or something in a traditional oven. You get a roaster, man, it's like 2 hours. You don't have to do shit to it.
All right.
Throw whatever you want on it, whatever.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But yeah, man, it was great. We ate and then we went and visited, which was, easy in, easy out scenario.
Okay. Your
you can
family
just
lives
jump.
close.
Yeah. Everywhere we went was within 10 minutes, I think. So, quick stop over, see my grandparents, and stop over and see everybody else at the other place, and
What
have a few drinks and good to go.
What did you, Vic, cook this year for Thanksgiving? What did you cook?
Well, I made mashed sweet potatoes. Really generic recipe. I have a better recipe somewhere, but I couldn't find it. But super good. They're super good because you add maple syrup to it, so it's just sugar.
Is that like a Vic dish that, like, maybe your wife is like, you do that because you do it so well? What is the Vic signature dish on Thanksgiving?
I have none. Like that mashed potato meal is a real generic, like, it doesn't take any skill. You just boil sweet potatoes till they're soft and then whip them up with some, I think there's, I don't know, milk, butter, and then maple syrup, which is, again, it's not the healthiest thing. There's healthier ways to make them and have them taste good. I didn't have the time, though. This was a real fast method for what we were doing.
You wisely add the milk and the butter, which prevents it from being lumpy, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I
just read what went in there and did what. I didn't read the small print. That wasn't happening.
You don't care about the food science.
Right. The turkey, though, that's something I've been trying to perfect, man. There's a lot to like making it the way I like to make it, and I still haven't gotten, like, it's terribly unhealthy. I know that it tastes so good, though, but it's like you gotta the thing has to dry out for like a day and a half or something. You got to rub it down with salt. Then you got to get underneath its skin. Did you know that?
I heard that.
Like,
the
you got to
flavor
get
doesn't
under
really
there and work, and it's just it's kind of gross.
Well, yeah. How's that feel? What does that feel like?
It's bizarre, but but I of course I couldn't get it. You got to get all the way in there and move stuff around, and it's like it was still a little too frozen, I think, this year for that again.
Yeah.
But you cover the whole thing with salt. Most of the salt falls off. Then you cover the whole thing with butter. And it wasn't like I patted it dry, but I didn't pat it dry enough, so the butter had trouble. But my favorite thing about it is I put bacon on mine. I cover the breast in bacon, and then cover the legs with bacon. Because I love bacon. So if you're a bacon lover, why not put it on your turkey? It's fantastic. Keeps the meat, juicy. Helps keeping it moist. So that's kind of my shtick, and I still haven't mastered it yet, but I'm getting there.
I'm surprised I haven't heard of bacon on the turkey before. I thought they figured out all the ways to include bacon into things. I've never had Thanksgiving bacon.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I saw it in a picture one time, and I'm like, oh, I got to find that recipe. I mean, it's nothing complex. It's the same way to make a turkey. You just put bacon on it. Why not?
Yeah. Do you slide it under the skin like the rest of the stuff?
No, you just I like crisscross it. Like crisscross it, and I don't know, because we get smaller turkeys. We have a
bacon
small
weave.
family. Yeah, bacon weave. We got a small family, so it's like, this year was a big bird for us, and it was only 13 pounds. So try to keep it around like the 10, 12 mark for us.
I'm still kind of disturbed by the thought of going under the skin and seeing my own knuckles pop through the.
Oh yeah, man.
Like
it's like that scene in you ever seen Fire in the Sky?
Oh wow, that's old.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
It's like that scene where he's laying on the table and they put the aliens put the latex on him and suck it down. And I think they poke the hole in the mouth, That's what it's like. It's like like that dude.
Seeing your poor knuckles.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh man. Well, we're really showing our age here today with these reference Fire in the Sky.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit, that's from like 1990 or something.
1993, I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
My God.
Early 90s for sure.
My God. Well, that's fun. I made a sweet potato pie, amongst other things.
Nice.
You do pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie?
We do pumpkin. My wife makes pumpkin and cherry, but we gave the whole cherry to my dad this year because he has like Thanksgiving Day demands. He ran into my wife in the store, him and my mom did, and he said, "You have what I need." That's all I said to her. She was like, "What?" And all he did was just look at her, and then he walked away. And she texted me. She's like, "This is your dad. Just saw your mom and dad. And this is all your dad said." And I was like, "It's pie, duh." Like I knew immediately what he was talking about.
I love how it's a cryptic message for her, but for you, it's like, well, clearly he's talking about pie.
Yep, it's pie.
Yeah. Cherry pie, huh?
Yep, cherry pie. He loves that cherry pie, like the Warrant song.
Fucking love Warrant cherry pie. Man,
It's not the best song on the record. It's not the best song on the record.
Man, I get down to cherry pie. Bust my nut in a grown man's eye. Sweet cherry pie. Fucking love that shit, dude.
It's a lot of swinging. I mean, you never know where it's gonna go. Swinging that much.
I can get my fiance to laugh on a fucking dime by singing that for her. So I just did it for you guys. I might have the lyrics. I might have the lyrics wrong, but anyway.
Commonly misheard lyrics. That's
yes,
definitely is in that
It's
one.
like excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Yes.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah.
Bust my nut in a grown man's eye. Sweet cherry pie.
It just gets a little more X-rated. That's all it was.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I know it's not that kind of show, but sometimes we go off. It's a live kind of show. We go off the rails a little bit. Sorry, folks. But thank you for joining us. Hey, Vic, what do you say we do a little round of, we haven't done this in a few weeks, what do you say we play some Is That Really News?
Yeah, all right. I've never played this game. Let's do it.
Okay, well, the rules are simple. Let's play the intro first. Is that
Really?
news? That's right, folks. It's Is That Really News? The game where we go on to blabbermouth.net, check out some of the headlines, and we determine whether or not these are news. And, folks, it's never news. Never is. But
Never.
we look anyway. It never is. You've seen the segment, Vic. You know that it's
I
never
do know.
news.
Yeah, this refreshes it, and going on to Blabbermouth.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Blabbermouth before we
So
get
I'm
started?
not Blabbermouth is like an open source, and every time I personally emailed them with like an official statement from a band, it doesn't ever get published ever.
Same here.
They just don't.
You know, I emailed them about our fucking metal festival, Slaughter by the Water.
Yeah.
Which was fucking headlined by Whiplash, Nuclear Assault.
Right.
These are big fucking bands. Autopsy, Exodus played one of them. And nothing.
Yeah.
But we're going to read some of these stories today of what they do print. And it's just not fair. Folks.
Yes, at the end of the day, it's just not fucking fair.
It's just not fair. All right. Well, let's start off. Let's see what we got here. We got quite a banger to start with. We got, let's see here, ex-Megadeth bassist David Ellefson becomes a, quote, Baron of Sealand. Okay, now
what's Sealand? Is that like Sea World? Is that like California has Sealand and Florida's got Disney World and is that like that? And when did
it's
it
just a
become
theme
like
park.
World War I Germany themed?
All right. He becomes, okay, so for those who don't know, David Ellefson,
Old Sticky Fingers.
Old Sticky Fingers, the Jizzy guy from Megadeth. He's been ejected from his position.
Excommunicated.
He's been excommunicated from his position as bass player in Megadeth over some
Sticky business.
Some sticky business. Thank you, Vic. So he's got a lot of time on his hands. Let's see here.
That's not all.
I really just lobbed that one over the plate.
Oh,
for you,
yeah, that one, yep. Low-hanging fruit.
Former Megadeth bassist David Ellefson says that he was recently given the title of Baron by Sealand, described as the smallest independent state in the world. That's interesting. Sealand is a World War II defense platform off the coast of Britain, consisting of a large steel deck sitting atop two concrete towers. And it was proclaimed a nation by a pirate broadcaster named Roy Bates in 1967. His grandson Liam currently holds the title of Prince of Sealand. So, all right, these guys are fucking crazy, first of all. Like, they so a defense platform. Okay, so you can just seize. I love it doesn't say how they seized it. It just says it was seized and proclaimed a nation. Like what is the process? What can I seize and proclaim a nation?
Well,
What's the line?
How far off the shore is it? You could probably
Good
just take
question.
a paddle boat, and then you just put your flag on it, and it's yours. And now Dave Ellefson is a baron.
He's a baron, yeah.
You see,
So-
how is this? How is this? This has nothing to do with anything. It has no impact on anything today. It doesn't. It's not a modern like not some kind of new, current news. It's not anything to do with music. It's just because it's Dave Ellefson.
So, Vic,
Not
you
news.
you now understand the game clearly. you
Two
now
thumbs down
understand.
for that news.
I can't even get through this. This is so good. Okay, so here's the good part. To fund Sealand's operational costs, like
Oh goodness.
what would that be? Including 2 full-time security personnel who live on the micronation year-round. Sealand's I know it's getting ridiculous. Sealand's online store sells T-shirts, stamps, and royal titles. A lord,
Oh.
lady, baron, or baroness peerage costs $44.99. To receive the title of sir or dame, you will need to cough up $129.99. Now, to get to the good part here.
Okay, now just to hold it there.
Yeah, please.
If I today became a sir,
Mhm.
you know who's not going to fucking talk about it? Blabbermouth.
I mean, it's open source, as you said. You can send them an email, but there's no guarantee that they're going to open it up or read it. They'll gladly print a story about Ted Nugent's fucking plantar wart that he has on his big toe or whatever the fuck. But anything that Ted Nugent says ends up on Blabbermouth, by the way. But let us go on here. So somebody told him about the Sealand place, and here's the good part. Somebody told him you can buy like a square foot of land of Sealand. He says, so I became a lord because that's what a landowner is, a lord. And then I upgraded to becoming a baron. And then I even paid another couple of $100 and became a sir. So now I'm Sir Lord Baron David Ellefson, the royal and noble title of the royal family. So I paid a few $100 and became a sir as opposed to Paul McCartney and Elton John. Nice. Nice. I love how he put himself in the same breath as Paul McCartney and Elton John. Nice.
Who are actually knighted.
Yeah. Well, here, maybe you didn't know this. It says, I became a sir as opposed to Paul McCartney and Elton John. They have to pay, I don't know, £1 million to the Queen or something to become a sir. So you can refer to me now as award-winning film producer Sir Dave Ellefson. I don't know what he's talking about there.
Wait. Oh, come on. For real?
Is he
Did
calling
he
his...
really say that? Like, this guy's just running with it. Award. You know what he's talking about? He's talking about a spank vid.
That's what I was thinking. He can't be, right? That's
Like,
not
dude,
what he's...
all the headlines and stuff, he's just running with it. Now I'm starting to think that whole thing was fake just so he could get in the news.
Yeah, he is kind of leaning into it, right? There
I
was
mean,
one
he's
thing...
running. I mean, hey, man, embrace
Yeah.
stuff. Like, I'm glad that he's not being like, I didn't do that. There's like, there's video evidence of it,
Yeah,
but
you can't.
wow, man, he's just really running with it. It's like, but just put it away.
It very briefly mentions here that Ellefson was fired from Megadeth earlier this year after sexually tinged messages and explicit video footage involving the bassist were posted on Twitter. Yes.
Tinged. I like that.
Yeah, the messages were sexually tinged, but the video...
Every
was
one of my messages to my wife is sexually tinged.
just a tinge.
Love it. That's
You
my
gotta-
new favorite word. I'm using that one.
You
I mean,
gotta
I knew that was a
carefully add
word, but
tinge.
it's been a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, careful with it, because one step too far and it becomes explicit and it's no longer tinge.
Also like
yes.
those.
So, guys,
Wow. Yeah.
you said it, Vic. This has nothing to do with anything. What the hell is this? Why is this a story on Blabbermouth? Vic, I'm gonna put it to you, Vic. Is that really news?
No.
No. Well, you got a no vote from me as well, because this is just... Come on. What is this? Come on. But, folks, if you want to be a lord or a baron or a sir, it's just a few $100. And,
Or a dame.
or if you want
Like
to be
a
a Dame,
1950s Dame.
yeah, pardon me, I
Hey.
didn't mean to exclude anyone there. This is not a gender thing. Anyone can do it.
Anybody.
Anybody. And you can become a Baron or a Dame and speak of yourself in the same breath as Paul McCartney and Elton John, something that Dave Ellefson did here. So, 2 votes for That Is Not News. Sorry, guys, that's not news. Let's get that out of here.
Not news.
Oof. Yeah, that was... I think we started off with a good one there. Baron of Sealand. Yeah, I gotta look into that. I want to see if I can, like, become a more powerful person in Sealand, so I could just have that power over him.
Well, yeah, apparently you can't seize it now because they got security guards that live there. So
Only 2.
yeah, I guess if you had like 3 guys, you could go there, beat them up, throw them in the ocean, plant your flag, you're good.
Outnumbered. I mean,
Yep.
what are they gonna do?
Wonder if they're armed. How brutal. I want to see that movie. Assault on Sealand.
Just a 2-on-2 fight. This is the whole movie.
Love it.
Oh man. Okay. Well, let's move on to our next story. Let's see. We got some good ones here. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. Not as dirty as the Dave Ellefson one.
None of them are.
They can't be, right? It's like, how could you get more dirty? Let's see here. Here's a good one. Folks, poisons Bret Michaels to auction his 2007 Bentley in Scottsdale next year. I like how they added Scottsdale. Like,
Well,
the location is super important. So, hey, I mean, judging by the headline alone, Vic, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, I'm torn. What's he auctioning it for?
Price-wise, or like...
What's the reason he's auctioning?
Okay, so there might be a...
Is there a silver lining here? Can Bret Michaels redeem himself?
Well, let's see here. Bret Michaels will auction his 2007 Bentley Continental GT car at Barrett Jackson's 2022 event in Scottsdale, Arizona. In addition to the car, Michaels is including a VIP package for 2 Poisons 2022 The Stadium Tour with Motley Crue. Wait, Motley Crue?
Yeah. We
What
can
are they
all
doing?
sue them. They're touring. They signed that contract.
What is that?
Touring, and they broke the contract that they signed on TV, and I'm so upset about it. Class action suit.
I never
That's what we're
thought
gonna
Motley
do.
Crue would fucking lie to me, man. I never thought they would fucking do that, dude.
They're
I
gonna
can't
they're
believe
gonna
that.
play shows until Mick Mars does pass away, and that dude's rough, man. He don't move
man.
much.
It's
I seen him
crazy.
live in.
And it's been that
man.
way for over a decade too, right? Like he's still,
Oh, it's been that way for longer than that.
God.
He's got that crazy disc thing. I mean, the guy can still play, but yeah, I think
I've always said it. Mick is a fantastic guitar player and
Yeah.
comes up with some incredibly fun riffs. I don't love Motley Crue, but I like Mick Mars. I will say
I understand.
that. So anyway, yeah, Motley Crue is lying to us. But
That's
moving
news.
On, that's yeah. Hey, Motley Crue lied to everybody. Why isn't that a headline? Anyway, moving on. Michaels told 12 News about the car. It is like having the most comfortable chair you've ever sat in, with incredible sound going on around you. Quiet,
Ooh.
but it's fast. It's probably the most comfortable car I've ever driven. Now he's really selling it here.
Yeah, so smooth, comfy.
Yeah,
It's like a Snuggie, but it's a car.
Yeah. It's like a Snuggie that can kill you and somebody else. I hope that whoever is to take this car next and be part of their family enjoys it as much as I did, because I've driven this car a lot and I love it. Now here we go. While much of the money from the Bentley will go to charity, I think there's the silver lining.
Okay.
A 1973 De Tomaso Pantera will also be auctioned off, and all of the money from it will go to Barrow Neurological Institute. Now, I love that.
Okay. Now I can get behind that. So as a news article, well, it's still kind of like an indulgent thing, you know, because there ain't no Poison fan buying your Bentley, bro.
Right.
It's gonna be some rich dude, but still, like at least the money from what he's selling here goes to a good cause. So this, I would put it in percentage wise, 75% news, 25% trash.
It can be news. You know,
if I think of it a hard yes or no, I would say yeah, because it's raising awareness. I mean,
yeah.
maybe there's some rich guy that reads Blabbermouth. I don't know. I'm not going to say there's not. I don't like blanket statements, so I'm not going to say there's not rich people that could afford that car that they don't read Blabbermouth. So I would say yeah.
So yeah, we can when we do Is That Really News? I don't read the article. I look at the headline and then I talk about it on the show. So
gauged on the headline alone. If it were just based on headlines, no.
Well, that's why we play, because we look and is this really news? And it can be. It just never has been. Is the thing. And this I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'd say it's 75% news. We can percentage. We can do percentages.
Yeah. Because we definitely don't care about how comfortable the car is. No one cares about that.
No. Yeah, that's just fluff. It's just making the article longer.
Right.
We've all had to do that. We've all had to do that. He then goes to talk about the Barrow Neurological Institute and how they saved his life. He had a brain hemorrhage. That's right. And they really helped him. And then he went back in to have heart surgery, and they saved his life there too.
Wow, so that's cool. That's good.
This might be the coolest thing Bret Michaels has ever done.
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen Rock of Love or not, but I'm joking. I didn't watch that show. That's not cool at all. But
obviously, we're not counting Rock of Love.
I don't know if you've ever seen Bret Michaels' pet clothes line, but I think you're leaving some crucial things out here.
Yeah, man. No, that bandana is forever in my heart. From Rock of Love, I just love that fucking thing. It's like, no, I'm not balding. I'm wearing a bandana, man. It's a fucking smart move, Just grow the rest of the hair out. Just put a bandana over the front.
Just rock the fucking Hulk Hogan skullet and be proud of it.
I've been saying that forever for people that are balding, but it's easier said than done, right? Like you gotta,
once you start balding, then you make that decision. Like if I bald, man, I'm gonna thin out. I'm gonna be that creepy guy. I'm doing it.
Yeah. That's like a very normal metalhead look, though. The balding long hair guy with the goatee or a mustache. It's a very if you're feeling weird about it, you're thinking I don't like this look. I don't want to look like Hulk Hogan. That's what you're thinking, or something along those lines. You can always do like the Boxer Rebellion, like only the ponytail, and you just shave the rest of it. Now that's kind of badass. You look like a Taiwanese Lightweight fighter or something like that.
Joe Comeau had that when he was in Annihilator. When he was singing in Annihilator, that was the hairdo he had.
Wait, which guy was that from Annihilator?
I think his last name's Comeau. I had never thought it was that, but I thought I heard somebody say it. So I may be saying it wrong.
Was he the guy that was
he played guitar in Overkill and he sang in Liege Lord?
Okay, I'm thinking of someone else then. Never mind.
He came in. He was on the albums immediately after Criteria for a Black Widow. He was on Carnival Diablos. And,
Carnival Diablos.
What's
is
the
that
next
the one
one?
With Randy Rampage where he comes back, or is that
Randy Rampage came back on Criteria.
Criteria, that was it. I'm a big Annihilator fan, and you and I have never spoken about this before.
We can talk for days about Annihilator because I'm a huge Annihilator fan myself.
Let's put a pin in this because I do want to talk about Annihilator because that's
it. This is done. We're talking Annihilator.
Yeah, well, let's stop the segment. No. We must talk about Annihilator because there's one band that has frustrated me greatly is Annihilator, and I would like to talk about that. But hey, we're gonna say this is news. Can we agree on that, Vic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. All right, let's give it up, folks, for Bret Michaels because he really he's really doing a good thing here. And when you look at this headline, Bret Michaels to auction his 2007 Bentley in Scottsdale, you think I don't give a shit about that. But it turns out he's doing something good. So let's give it up for him, folks.
Much more newsworthy than anything David Ellefson has shared since the Sticky incident.
No one wants to be on stage with the Jizzy guy. It's just how it works. It's like I love how everyone talked about it. Like he didn't do anything wrong or illegal, and
it doesn't mean that it's not gross.
Exactly. It's like, that's not what we're talking about. I don't want to fucking be on stage next to the jizzy guy. That's how it goes.
Like,
okay,
look,
it's my band.
Everybody probably does it, but like, you know, why are you filming you're David Ellefson? You don't send videos, bro. Gosh, like,
because you're not just some guy sending videos. You're Dave Ellefson.
Right. Just, you know,
Jesus,
man,
Jesus.
It's like he's an old man, doesn't know how to use the internet.
Clearly, he knows how to send videos. He knows what he's doing. All right, let's move on here. We got a couple here. This is we got a bit of a gray area here. This will be fun to talk about. We have, are you familiar with the band Puddle of Mud? Vic?
Yes. Not like a band that I listen to, but everybody knows Puddle of Mud. They had that one song, like that's every band from that era.
Mm-hmm. I kind of forget what the song was, but I know they had the song.
I would recognize it if the title were said.
Here we go. This is Puddle of Mud.
Hold up. I honestly am super interested in that Grinch hoodie.
That was very bright. Yeah, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't bring that up because it takes up half the fucking screen. I wish I could crop it. Can I get that? All right, let's get that.
Man, that's so good.
Sorry about that, guys. We're doing this. Is that really news? This is not an advertisement for cool Grinch sweaters. I actually did like it though. You're right. It was a cool sweatshirt. Yeah. But folks, hey, Puddle of Mud's Wes Scantlin walks off stage mid-concert after complaining about blinding lights. Quote, "Fuck you, motherfucker." Yeah.
Okay, so I heard about this. I've seen other people posting about his temper tantrum is what they were calling it. And I hadn't seen any video. I've only heard people post like, oh, laughing about it. I've not seen the actual video of this. Go ahead, please do continue.
You bet we're going to watch that video. I assume there's video. Okay, yeah. Oh boy. Yes, Wes Scantlin drunk walks off stage, in parentheses, meltdown. Okay, that's good. In parentheses, meltdown. That is so good.
There's a lot of these guys, man, from like bands from that era, like having temper tantrums on stage anymore, man.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Is it a fading popularity that's getting them down?
Maybe. I mean, I guess 80s guys went through the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny drunk videos of like Stephen Pearcy and that guy from Faster Pussycat, that bassist. You ever seen that one?
No, what did he do?
Oh, man. And they ran with it, too. It was hilarious. The dude was on bass, and he gets up, and he's just swaying, dude. And he sways so hard that he runs into the kick mic, I believe. And dude, he's upright, then he's down. He's down for the count. And the front man says something ridiculous like, he's drunk, get him. I don't know, some stupid thing. But they thought it was hilarious, man. Like, dude had to hurt him. It was a temple shot. I mean, he beelines right for something with his head, and he makes contact, and he falls down. Oh, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that before we do anything else. I need to.
The Puddle of Mud doesn't sound as appealing as this, eh?
Yeah. No, all of a sudden I want to see it.
Oh, here we go. You found it.
Oh.
Look how fast. Bam!
Somebody looped it.
Dude, and he just, if you can find the one where you got to see him like before he dive bombs, because he's just big sways, beelines.
Oh, wow. Oh. Yes.
And the front man he has a heyday with it. He thinks it's hilarious, man. When it's said and done.
I'm looking at everyone's reactions because they're all hilarious. This Rob Halford guy on the right, well, they all got funny little hats, don't they? But the guy,
they're all
the guy
Rob
on
Halford.
the guy on the far right doesn't seem to care at all. The guy, as you said, the singer, he's loving it. But this guy back here with the Les Paul, he's just like, there he goes again. Like, look how pissed he is. He's like, he's gonna fall now. Fucking there he goes.
I mean, imagine that's your bandmate. I'd be pissed too.
This fucking motion is so dismissive. He's like, this fucking guy. Yes,
I mean,
dude.
I'm pretty sure he didn't play that show. Dude, there's a video. I'm sorry to have derailed this whole thing, but I got it. These stories get me. There's a video of Midnight in Germany. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with Midnight. Everyone knows who Midnight is.
Yeah.
And this is before the current lineup of Midnight. So Jamie was going through, anybody that could play the shows with him. This was before Midnight was real super popular too, but they were playing a gig. I think it was in Germany, man. Mm-hmm. And his fucking drummer wasted, dude. He's playing. I'm pretty sure he just falls on his kit.
The drummer.
Super upsetting to Jamie. I'm pretty sure Jamie throws like his sticks at him, and somebody carries him off the stage, and he asks the audience, he's like, does anyone know how to play drums?
Whoa!
And a random guy comes and sits down and tries to play, and it just isn't working. And in the meantime, they carry the drunk drummer out, and he's got fantastic, like these crazy, like rainbow pirate pants on, and the whole thing is, it's just ridiculous, dude. And they played him and whoever was playing guitar at the time in the band. They played a sans drummer. It was just bass and guitar Midnight.
Oh, that's brutal.
It was. It's uncomfortable. Like watching it made me uncomfortable. Like, man, can you imagine what that bus drive home was like? Like van drive. Like, man.
You rarely get to see somebody get fired on stage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I assume that guy didn't play another show with Midnight.
I watched a gig where a band broke up on stage. Man, it was ridiculous.
You're
they
kidding.
were opening for Anthrax when Anthrax did the reunion tour, and they had Joey Belladonna that reunion tour, and
yes.
And we were watching this band. I don't remember what they were called, man. Fucking frontman was wasted, and he's like, they go to start our song. He's like, shut the fuck up, I got something to say. And it was something like, I talked to Bobby Blitz on the phone the other day. And he is talking like a wrestler, mind you. This is really, he's like, I think that's just his voice, but he's like, shut the fuck up. And he goes over, dude, and he unplugs the guitar player, the head, and then he falls on the fucking drum kit, and that was it. They played like one song. That was a bad gig for them, and I had to be embarrassing because I'm pretty sure that guitar player, his head blew up, and then they had to borrow somebody's head. So that took like 15 minutes. Man. And then they played a song, and that guy was talking, and he unplugged the guitar player, fell on the drums. Guitar player walked off stage, and it was like, guys, like, you're playing like a legit venue. You're opening for Anthrax. What in the fuck are you doing right now? Like this is your show. You play 2 songs, and then your singer's just sloppy drunk and acts like an idiot. It was wild. I guess I never forgot him. I don't remember what they sounded like, but
it's unprofessional, isn't it? It's a little unprofessional.
Definitely left me with a story.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you say this Midnight thing happened in Germany?
Yeah, and it would have been like
I see a video.
2010.
I have a video here, but it's not very telling of what the hell. It's just chaos. It's just.
If it says like anything about the drummer getting fired or thrown out, that's the one.
Like somebody on stage like attacked the drummer. Hold on.
It was probably Jamie. I'm pretty sure he was. The promoter was pretty pissed off too, I think.
Was the promoter a female? Because a female. Okay, then.
I think she throws a shoe at him. Like, no shit. I'm pretty sure a shoe is thrown at him.
I love throwing shoes. Not personally. I love when shoes are thrown, I should say. What do we got here?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is it.
Oh. Okay, he's mad.
Yep.
Bass player. Oh, look.
Yeah, that drummer is, and he just falls over. She pushes him down, and he's just down for the count. Really pissed off that they were not able to perform well that night because of that.
Whoa.
Wait till you see these pants this guy's wearing.
This is like a disaster.
Like I said, made me uncomfortable watching it because I'm like, can you imagine? Like this room, you're headlining. These people are here to see them. It's not like you're on the road and 25 people are in this fucking bar just because they're drinking and watching you. Like this is like a legit
disaster.
Show.
This video is 11 minutes long,
and it's of this chaos. I watched the whole thing.
I gotta see his pants, man.
You gotta see these pants, man.
I love how the singer or the members of the band have pulled up their balaclavas. They're no longer. Oh wow, he's asking for a drummer. You're right.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow, they're pulling the drummer up. He can't even sit up.
He can't stand up. No, that's how wasted he was.
This is incredible. Are you sure he wasn't on fucking heroin or something?
I mean, maybe there may have been drugs involved.
I gotta see this guy's. Well, they're trying to.
Well, they gotta fix the kit now because he like fell all over on it.
It looks like they're either trying to make him feel better or trying to wake him up. I don't think they're trying to make him feel better. Mustache guy's like, can you play these fucking drums?
Here's the first contestant. I believe this is the first contestant.
Oh, this guy. This is incredible. Hold on, let me skip through here. Oh, he's still. Oh man, they're having. Oh, the pants! Yeah.
There we go. Dude, these pants are amazing. This is without the drummer. So no, this thing, this was if that's satanic royalty, then that's not as long ago as I thought it was.
Oh, they didn't get very far into the song. They stopped. Oh, this is just a mess, dude. Wait, did they get him out?
Yeah, they get him. They get him out. They get him out of the whole club.
Look, they're dragging. Oh my god. Look at his pants, dude. Yes.
Those pants are amazing.
He's
maybe
waving.
They're not those colors. Maybe it's just the lights from the venue making them those colors. But that was what I always remember about this video. I was like,
those are definitely the color of those pants. Did you notice he was waving as they were carrying him away? Like he was like this, and one of his hands was waving. That was incredible.
I mean, dude, that's like my worst fear is like getting on stage and just not. I've had those nightmares, where it's like you get on stage and you just don't remember any of the songs you played. I mean, I had that happen. One of Vindicator's earlier out of state performances, we played at played a basement show in Michigan. And I remember going into our set, and I couldn't remember how the first song started. Granted, I was a little drunk before we played, and that was the last time I did that. I always drank after because I was like, dude, that time in Michigan. And I remember going to my brother and going, dude, how does this song start? And he did it with his mouth, and I was like, and that was it. That's all I needed to like put me back on track.
I love
the
language of musicians that you can like.
Yeah, right.
It goes like da 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 da, and you're like, oh yeah.
That's all I needed.
I was gonna ask, have you played a show where you just said you stopped drinking before shows after a certain point, which is wise. But have you ever played a show and then the next day you're kind of like, I don't remember much of that at all?
No, I'm not a guy that I remember most stuff.
Okay. Okay.
I've only recently leveled up to tolerance to be able to drink enough to forget, like, like on Halloween, we have one of those big cardboard skeletons or like the old ones from like the 80s, that you hang up, jointed skeletons. And it's on the one side of my kitchen door. And we put our cats in the basement overnight because they have a whole house to play in. But the hallway is the choice place to fight. And it's like big time wrestling. Like you're talking a 15-pound cat and a 25-pound cat. And they'll slam into the doors and they slam each other around. And it's like what they do at 3 a.m., So we put them downstairs where we can't hear them,
Mm-hmm.
And it sets on the side of the door that they have access to. And one of them or both of them fucked with the foot enough to rip it off. So we play this game where I hide the foot. That's a game we do during October. I'll hide the foot around the house and the kids got to find it. And the last day of the hiding the foot, man, I got blitzed or something. And I hid the foot, and I remember we were taking the Halloween decorations down for Thanksgiving decorations, like in November 1st or 2nd, whenever. And the kids were like, "Where's the foot?" And I'm like, I don't know where I put it.
I
I
thought
have
you
no
had
idea
it.
where I put that thing. It's little stuff like that. It's not like serious major stuff. It'll always be like, it happened in like a blur. Like I did like 5 things at the same time and was drunk and then was like, I don't know where it is. And it
Well,
took all day.
yeah,
took all day
that's-
to find it too.
That's just a cute story, not disastrous in any way.
Yeah, there's no disasters.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
do that. I don't play that game. So no, I've never
Good.
played a show and forgotten like what occurred at that show. Usually sober enough to. Also, I can't afford. I don't get enough free drink tickets to like get that either.
Yeah,
So.
seriously. After 2 beers, they start after 2 tickets are spent, they cost about $9 each. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or at least it does in California. It's a ripoff. One time I didn't have that much money. I'm going way off subject here, but I didn't have that much money. But my friend bought my ticket for a show. I was like, "Come on, let's go get a beer." And so I ordered 2 Pabst tall cans, 24-ounce Pabst Blue Ribbons. How much does that cost at the store? Like $2?
Yeah, it's like $3 max.
And she goes, 18. And I'm like, oh, 8 for sure. And she's like, no, 18. And I was like, I don't have $18. So I looked at my friend. I was like, can you spot the rest of the beer? I was gonna buy him a beer for getting me into the show, and I didn't have enough money for one of the beers. What is it? $9 tall can?
Dude,
Okay, now I'm
I
getting
went
upset.
to I went to see a buddy of mine took me and our old frontman Marshall to see Bolt Thrower and Razor in London, Canada, and it was the same thing. I was like, I'll take a couple tall boys of Pabst, and it was like 18 fucking bucks, and I was like, what the fuck, man?
That's a
It was
crime.
actually like, it came out to be like 25 or something after like taxes and I was like,
How's
wow, that's
that not
crazy.
a crime?
Yeah, that's insane for a Pabst.
How is that not
Like,
a crime?
Yikes! Nowadays, if I'm at Cedar Point, that's my go-to. Like, I'm gonna get a Pabst 24 ounce because it's like $8, and that's the cheapest beer they have. And I'm like, okay,
Why are these venues? Why are these venues
dude,
treating tall cans like they're NFTs and buying them for cheap and selling them for hundreds of thousands of dollars?
oh yeah, I went to a House of Blues, man, and bought a Yingling, which is I don't know if you guys have those out there yet, but it was
we do.
big. It was a big regional beer here for a long time. They're made in Pittsburgh, I think, or somewhere in Pennsylvania. And you're in Pennsylvania, you got to have a Yingling, So bought a Yingling 16-ounce can, and it was $9. And I was like, what the fuck? Guess this is the only thing I'm drinking tonight. It's insane, man.
I've made myself angry, and now I'm.
It's because they don't want people getting sloppy drunk, but that's a weird way to justify it, like, yikes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they're just greedy. Okay.
Also, oh yes,
Yeah,
that's the obvious. That's the one.
If you're correct about them not wanting us to get totally drunk, okay. All right. I'll take that. I'll appreciate that. Actually, I'm gonna accept that that's the reason, so I don't get any.
You're right, though. It's not. That's just that's the way I paint it, so that you feel better about it.
You've got a kind heart. Yeah, you can. Hey, let's get back to this segment. That I completely forgot about. Guys, if you forgot, we're talking about Wes Scantlin, the guy from Puddle of Mud, who drunk / walks off stage. Parentheses meltdown. This was in Green Bay. Let's have a look at this.
When the galaxy far always down, basic, oh yeah, I'm in the flow with a
Wow, the stage presence.
Is that his voice?
Get your clothes on the floor all night long, sit all night loving, drinking.
Wow.
What? What? He's got to be drunk. What is that? What? Like he just put his guitar down, and he's kind of singing, and he's blocking the light with his hands. The poor guy. How come no one's helping him? How come
Just fucking wear sunglasses, dude. Like,
well, maybe the guy.
looks cooler.
Maybe the guy on lights could have got the picture by now.
Okay, so now it's like red, so it's darker.
He's like swaying left and right. You can tell he's a little It's a little faded. Oh no. No. Okay, guy, when does this happen? Man, look, we're 3 minutes into the video. He's still holding.
Is it the same song?
It's the same song.
Oh man.
And I like how he just decided to not play guitar for the whole song. So it just
Dude,
makes
I'm
the
gonna
whole
do
song
that next
sound
time
shit.
we play live. I'm just gonna not play my guitar. That'd be so much easier.
Big ending. Big ending. Okay. Well, let's see this meltdown already. Oh. The other guitar player's like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I mean, sounds like there's a decent
I don't
amount
know
of people
why
there.
the lights have to be blinding me for this whole show. Hell, now I can see all you people.
Really?
But if you guys were standing up here where I'm at right now, it's like a fucking flashlight blinking in your fucking head.
Oh wow.
And I don't think that's fucking cool. Really.
Deep thought, man.
I don't think that's
Sounds like
fucking
a
cool.
fucking motherfucking idiot to me. Fuck you, motherfucker. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
And then look, out of nowhere, here's another fucking douchebag fuck.
Whoa.
I don't know what that last part was.
Hold on, I got a flashlight too, motherfucker.
I got a flashlight too, motherfucker. I like how the guitar player just started the next song.
Sweet little honey, I'm lost and fast. Got
The guitar player is like, no, dude. Like, let's fucking move on.
We all have flashlights, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, he's got to walk off stage at some point, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is a long video. Let's see here. Because I guess he plays the rest of this song. The lights are out of his eyes, though. The lights have been removed from his eye. I think.
That blinking flashlight is no longer in
Yes.
his head.
Oh, he's unplugging his guitar. He's unplugging the guitar. He's done. Oh, these poor band members, dude.
I wonder if it's still like the band or if it's just like guys filling in, you know?
I'm
like,
pretty sure these are guys that he's like bringing in to do the tour. Because
hey, they're getting paid regardless, so fuck it.
yes, they are getting paid, but they still got to deal with this moment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they still got to figure out what they're gonna do right now. Because this fucking guy, like it's got to be so frustrating when the guy that's paying you is such a liability. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and
like
I think that
he's-
happens a lot, man.
yeah, with rock stars and shit, but not fucking Wes Scantlin. You know. I understand if you're joining fucking like Elton John's band or something, you might be a little like demanding. But this
Right.
is just Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mud. Maybe they're way bigger than I realize. Is
As I said, sounds like there's a decent amount of people there, which is
that's true? Yeah.
baffles me, man.
He's gone. He's walking away. There he goes.
See you later, Wes.
The crowd is saying bye. They're like heckling him.
That's why you go to these shows, I think. Because when the front person is a liability, that's when you go.
That's
Then
true.
your
Like you
YouTube
don't
video,
know what
your
you're gonna
YouTube
get.
video is going to get 100,000 hits, and then you got the ads in the front, and you got a payday.
Wow. I didn't think of it that way.
Yep.
I gotta look up
Well,
see
you
when the next
thought
Puddle of Mud
those
show
were
is
actually
coming by.
those were actually Puddle of Mud fans? I'm joking. I don't care if anybody likes the band.
Look at this poor group of musicians that have to figure out what the fuck is happening right now. Look, he's gonna go find him. Someone in the
What
audience
the
said,
fuck?
"What the
I mean,
fuck?"
this is where you have drum solos, man. Drummers should be like playing just fills and stuff.
Yeah, drummer's like, "Time to shine." Someone saying, "One more, one more."
The crowd. Bring it back.
The crowd is heckling. They have no idea what's happening.
I don't think he comes back. Maybe that's just his thing, man. Maybe that's what he does, you know? Like, you ever seen Maiden live where Bruce Dickinson will just stop singing and cross his arms or yell at somebody in the audience? You ever seen him do that? He does it a lot.
I haven't seen that. No.
He does it a lot,
I've seen
man.
Maiden play a few times.
It happens, like, more than it should, man. Like, the first time, I guess I should say the only time I've seen Maiden, but the first and only time I've seen Maiden, I can't remember what tour it was, but it was a while ago, and it was Dio, Motorhead, and Maiden. Well, Motorhead, Dio, and Maiden. And it was during that part in that the woe part is the woe part at the end of Wicker Man.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
It's like one of my favorite parts. It's so awesome, you know. Whoa, and then, you know, get the audience doing it. Dude, he just stops, crosses his arm, and he's pointing at somebody in the audience. He's yelling at the security guard. I don't know. And it was just like, I thought it was a one-off thing, but you start to see these stories arise where, like, there's always somebody in the audience, man, that he's gonna, like, yell at or something. I don't know why he does it. I think it's just part of his thing, man. Like, it's part of the show. You see Bruce Dickinson yell at somebody for mistreating someone in the audience or something.
He's the most confrontational 5'1" motherfucker I've ever seen.
You gotta be, man. When you're short, you gotta get them before they get you.
Okay, so when you first started telling me that story, I thought he was, like, kind of waiting for the crowd to join in, you know, but he was mad
you
at
could
someone.
tell he was pissed. He was mad.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of weird stuff happened in that show. Somebody threw a hat, like a baseball cap, at like Adrian Smith, and it landed on his fretting arm, and it stayed there for way longer than it should have. It didn't bounce off of him. It actually landed on his persons until he did this. And then somebody got on stage, and it was Adrian Smith both times. The only thing they did when they got on stage, they ran into him. That was like their goal. You know, most people get on stage, they're like, 5 minutes of fame, or they want to sing or something. No, he got on stage and just ran into Adrian Smith. That was what he wanted to do. Made full contact with him. I don't know how the hell he got on stage either, to be honest. Not at that place.
He kicked out of the show, probably banned for life, but mission accomplished.
Yeah, full body contact. I touched Adrian Smith with my body and fucked up his solo he was playing.
Most people just try to grab a guitar pick when they throw him out, but
sometimes, man, there's some weird ones in the Maiden groups. There's some weird ones.
Got just like Axl Rose. Yeah. If you knew if you saw Guns in the 80s that you probably would get a half show, but good entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, at any point he could just walk off.
He was also notorious for just not walking on, I think.
Yeah, that's true. You got to get him to walk on before he even walks off. That's just as hard.
What a doozy. That guy was a doozy.
I
think he still is a doozy.
Love it. Love the stories though. So so you know, Vic, is this news? I mean, I kind of think it might be.
No.
Could be. No, not news. This happens maybe too often for it to be considered news.
It's like musicians who were once popular and aren't popular anymore. They get wasted at shows and then end up walking off stage. Because, like I said, this is in this particular sect of music. This isn't the first time. Like, this has been a rash of these happenings, and it wasn't Puddle of Mud last time. It was like didn't the singer Smash Mouth or somebody also like get drunk, go on stage, say something stupid, and walk off? I'm pretty sure.
I believe you.
It's something along those lines, man. It's just like those guys are going through what the '80s guys went through, like in the past, in the '90s and stuff. Just
this is a sad story.
It really is when you peel away the layers, but at face value, it's fucking hilarious.
Yes, and that's as far as we like to dig here on the morning after with JP and Big Joe. Once you start digging in, things get less funny, and that's just
yeah. I mean, like, here, look at this, man. Though that dude's still playing probably a weeknight, and he's still got a decent amount of people there to see him. And it's like, and that's how you're going to present yourself. Like, that's super douchey, man. Like, yeah, you're not packing arenas anymore, or stadiums or the big clubs, but you're still getting paid to do what you love, and you still have fans. Like, more fans than I have on a regular weekday night. So, you should respect that. Respect the fact that you're doing what you love. No, this isn't news. This is garbage. This is trash.
Strong opinion from Vic on this. I'm gonna have to agree with them. You're wasting people's time and money when you're doing this, and if you want to continue to, as Vic said, get paid to do what you love, this is not good behavior. They say he's still doing this to this day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
At this very moment, his arms are sort of locked.
He's still got that flashlight blinking in his head.
Well, there you have it, folks. That was not news. What else we got here? Maybe we'll save it for another time. Let's see. Nah, these ones aren't very good. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap up. That was, is that really news, folks?
Is that really?
News. That's right. That was a doozy of a segment there. That was,
Any Dave Elephant, I think I was going to say, story is better than anything involving like a sad guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dave
who's
Ellefson,
just being a dick.
Totally. You want a little jump scare? Here's a jump scare. Ah, look at that. Ah, watch out.
Look out, he's a baron now.
He's a baron. Yeah, I realized I had my browser zoomed in, and when I switched windows, that's what I saw. So, sorry about that.
It's still news. He's still trying to get you.
He's like, don't forget. Poor guy. Anyway, folks, that was fun. Love the segment. Is that really news? Blabbermouth.net. Do better, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, there's legit stuff to share. And it doesn't always have to be. I mean, it's not just Blabbermouth, man. Go to any of the massive metal media, sites, and you're going to get similar stories like, today Ozzy winked, like, oh, cool, like, that's awesome.
What are some of the other websites that you're talking
about? Metal Hammer, Revolver.
Okay.
I mean, any of them, man. And
is
it's
Metal
like,
Sucks one of those? Do we
oh,
look at
yeah.
Sucks?
Metal Sucks has the least newsworthy news ever,
Is that their gimmick, though?
Dude, I don't know why anyone that likes metal goes to a website called Metal Sucks. Like,
is it ironic?
It's ironic, though. That's what it is. Like, it's ironic. No, that's how you know hipsters are involved. That's what we're dealing with here. Man, they share the just stupidest trash too. But it's like, oh, James Hetfield brushed his teeth today. Like, dude, and it's always about the same guys. It's never anything like, I don't know. There should be a large site that does like welcome bands that don't have PR firms behind them. Like that. Like, because there are bands that are doing stuff. I'm not saying every little band like, oh, the neighbor kid's got a band and they released their first EP, but like bands that like, oh, we've toured several times, we've got several releases under our belt. We're not trying to take up a bunch of space. Maybe you could actually publish this, though. This is a press release coming from the band, and we've done things. We've been around, okay, you're not a band. You didn't just start. Like, Vindicator is a good example because we've been around for, 17 years, something like that. We've got, several full lengths, several EPs, demos, singles. We've toured, played some decent festivals. Yeah, I know we haven't done as much as our peers, but it's like, it's still something, man. We have 16,000 Facebook followers. Like that's a legit number. But
well, at the very least, it's fucking news. If you got a new album coming out, it's
new album. Like, dude, I did the whole rollout. I did the whole, and this is just because I'm terrible at managing the band. But I announced Billy, and I announced 2 new records. I told you guys that, like how I can't manage the social media because I put my foot in my mouth every fucking time. But it's like, it was a long spiel, and it talked about Billy's previous bands because the band that he was in, Frosthelm, man, they also have like 20,000 likes on Facebook. It's just like, this is actually news, and it's not written like, new guy joined band. He is good. He come from other band people like, it's like written out, and it's like, nope, no, fuck you guys. We're gonna talk about who else can we talk about? We can talk about it's always like, oh, Dave Mustaine drank some coffee today, and did this with his face, snarled. You know, it's like what? It's just, dude, this is ridiculous, man. Like,
Well, you're right. They only focus on the same few people. At least Blabbermouth does. You know,
I think they're all like that. You know, like fans talk about Ghost's first record for the 50th time.
Ghost
Their
is one of those
50th
bands.
reaction video.
Yeah.
You know, I understand like big bands. I understand that but you keep, I don't know. I guess there are a lot of newsworthy bands that don't get any level of coverage, and it's all part of the game, man. Though that's at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you're complaining about something you fully understand, because it's like, dude, if you don't have like a PR firm behind you pushing you, man, you need to know the right people, because if you don't know the people and you don't have a PR firm, it's dead on arrival, you know?
Well, you got to know people. But why have the facade of it being like an open source thing? Like you can donate
that's a good
stories.
point. That's
if
a good
they don't
point.
even fucking okay. You scroll down Blabbermouth, and every other post is watch pro shot video of Metallica performing Enter Sandman at blank festival, and then a couple posts down, watch pro shot video of Metallica performing One at blank festival, and then so on and so forth. You guys are writing entire articles about one thing that could just be one article. Watch footage of Metallica at this concert, and then they break it up into small articles that
or how
say
about
nothing.
if you want to see Metallica play Enter Sandman for the 5 millionth time, you just go to YouTube.
Yeah, well, well, that's what they do. They just link you to a YouTube video.
Right.
You know, they're really just a middleman. God,
I've seen some baffling things, though, man. And for the sake of not trying to sound mean, I will leave names, places, and dates out of it. But I've known people who have gotten like video premieres and stuff for like their bands that are studio projects that don't, they're not well known. They don't have many followers. And it's like, how the fuck did you do that? You know, I'm trying to announce a tour here and I can't fucking even get that. And it's like, how in the fuck did you pull this off? And I don't know, man.
Because they have nothing, you know?
I think that sometimes it's just how things work out for me, though, too. I can't fucking get that blue and white check mark next to Vindicator's name either. They won't let us do it. So
oh yeah, damn.
Everybody got it. You're not pro unless you have that thing. And then you do what they tell you to do, and they're like, nah, not you. And it's prime example. This is one of my favorite ones. Did I ever tell you the Wikipedia debacle?
Did you? I don't believe so.
I don't think I have. So my wife, who has managed the band for literally since its inception, is noticing that some of the new bands, this is way back in like 2008, 2009, are getting Wikipedia pages. Like Havoc has a Wikipedia page. Okay, she's like, all right, we're going to get Vindicator one, and she submits all the stuff, and they're like, nope, you're using it for personal gain, and we're like, okay, and we model it exactly after Havoc's. It's literally worded almost exactly the same. I mean, obviously not, but we took out the things that could be misconstrued as like, they're trying to sell stuff.
Right.
Nope. The Wikipedia person, because it's like an individual, it's different individuals for each case. Yeah, they just didn't want to deal with us, so we were never able to do it. And it's
bullshit.
like, how in the fuck they have it, but we can't get it?
And we've all seen Wikipedia pages that were clearly written by the person that fucking the Wikipedia page is about. Like, this like, I don't know. I don't know what the process is. I didn't know what the process, the Wikipedia process was, but I mean, personal gain. I mean, what do they think you're going to get out of this?
Yeah, apparently platinum record sales.
Gain what?
Yeah, I don't, dude. We just wanted it out there. We wanted it out there, because we had just for name recognition and shit like that. You try to get your stuff back then. It was put it everywhere it can be put,
Right.
And now we were denied that, and it's just a sad story, but stupid shit like that. It's just the way it goes for us. But I mean, I know that other bands probably are run into the exact same scenarios, especially in a place like Blabbermouth, where it is. You just submit it to Blabbermouth. What is it, like every 50th email gets to them? How's that work? I mean, and it's coming directly from the band. I thought about starting like a fake PR firm just so they would respect the email a little more than they do.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a smart. Why don't you just start a fake PR firm, include Vindicator in it, include the stuff you like in it, the other bands you like, and then boom, all of a sudden you actually have a real PR firm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and suddenly you have a real PR. I would love to do it. You'd think I'd know enough people, man, but oh man, it's funny because I even for something recently, I went through Vindicator emails and I started just looking at some of these emails that we have. Dude, I mean, because we have a Gmail account, we have like 99% of the emails we've ever received, and I'm sorry. Oh man, look at this guy's got a radio show. You know, hitting him up, being like, "Hey, nah, man, I don't do it anymore because it's been like 8 years or something." You know, so it's like all the contacts I have are all out of date, and it's like, damn it, that would have been something to stay on top of. Hindsight and all that jazz. So
you have a like a message requests folder in Facebook. I remember when I first learned about this like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
it's like if you look at your message requests, they don't go into your inbox, so you might never see them for years.
Right.
I opened one and I saw like, we're cool now, but I saw a like message like this fucking long from my ex-girlfriend, and it was like it was so brutal. Like she just like ripped me one, dude. Like I don't know, she was wrong, okay, but I didn't open it for like 6 years after she sent it, and like she just thought I just I assume she thought I just ghosted her, just read it and didn't even reply. She was probably mad about that. But I looked at it like 6 years later and it was brutal, dude. I almost wanted to apologize, like, yo, I didn't see this till now. My bad.
Yeah.
You feeling okay? How are you now?
All right. No,
but,
I recently learned about that
shit.
too. Yeah, like I would always see like
there's opportunities in there.
Yeah. Well, there never was for me. It was all just garbage. But
ex-girlfriends?
No, not ex-girlfriends. Just garbage, like stuff that I didn't want to read anyways. But it annoyed me though because I'd see like notifications and be like, I don't see where the fuck this message is. Like a real old person. Like I didn't know about that world.
That's funny. Well, we are getting older. Technology is just getting harder and harder, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are we supposed to do?
I don't know, man.
Well, hey, man, this has been fun. What do you say we wrap things up today?
That's cool, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm cool with that. If you're cool with that.
I mean, unless you want to talk for like another half hour about Annihilator, because I could do that.
Oh shit! Damn. I really do want to talk about. Did you hear us talking about Remains?
Yeah, that's why that was my show. I was on that.
Okay.
One.
Yes.
And
yes.
And then I was backstage, and I was like, "Damn it! I want to talk so bad about these albums."
Yeah. Man, this could.
I mean, you can have me out for another one. It could be the Annihilator episode, and Big Joe can weigh in on it.
Oh my god! Because I don't think I can squeeze this down into a small conversation. I would
love to get in on that one because that's a top tier band for me. That's a desert island band. One of my biggest influences, and I have some fun stories about them, and definitely.
Okay.
I would love to get in on a round table, triangular table with that one.
Let's not get into Annihilator then, because I have a feeling between you and I we're going to be here all day.
Fair enough.
But Remains. What the hell was that?
I'm not going to talk about it because I'm saving it for the Annihilator episode.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, let's wrap this thing up. Hey, I want to thank you, Vic Stown, for joining in and hopping on as co-host with me today. It is very important to me. It means a lot. Folks, you can check out Vic Stown. Check out his Instagram, @Vic_Stone. You can check out his incredible band, Vindicator. Just put out an album, Communal Decay. It's in my windowsill over there, actually. My big head.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because, everyone can see that, right?
If they squint, but it's there. That's all that matters.
And my big head was blocking it for the majority of the show as well. But, folks, Communal Decay, the new album from Vindicator, is available on Bandcamp. Soon it will be available on streaming services.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
It's everywhere now. Everywhere you want to be. It's like American Express.
It doesn't matter to me because I've got the good old-fashioned compact disc.
Yeah.
And,
that's right.
Things sound fucking good on compact disc, okay? I don't know it fucking sounds good on compact disc. All right?
I like physical media because you can touch it.
Totally. Yes.
I'm a touchy-feely guy.
It's a collectible thing, right? And not just the CD. You have the thing. The thing.
Yeah, you have the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could buy just a CD. It's got to have the case. I got to have the whole thing.
The CD. We're selling CDs.
Could you imagine? It would be so much cheaper.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, we've all gotten a paper sleeve CD from somebody. You know, it happens, but that doesn't count. I want a band to sell just the CD with no protection whatsoever. That'd be the coolest. That'd be the most.
It's all scratched by the time you get home.
That would be the most badass thing in the world. This band that I love, this Australian band called Tism. This is Serious Mom, it's called. But they released their first vinyl. Like they weren't even like known. Their first vinyl was in a, it comes in a sleeve, a little cardboard sleeve or whatever, but it was sealed on all four sides. Like there was no,
nice.
You did like
have
you literally
like the nylon strip or whatever.
You literally had to slice it open in order to extract the vinyl, and they just did that just to troll everyone. Like
that's special though. That makes people remember that shit.
Exactly,
man. That's the thing, man.
Exactly. So anyway, folks, I highly recommend Communal Decay on physical media, like the CD. But if you're not into that, you can do a digital download on Bandcamp. Vic, by the way, Vic, you got anything else you want to promote besides Communal Decay?
Just check out, if you like weird music, check out the projects that I do. I do a lot of projects, and I try to stay busy. Vindicator fans, we're trying to get some shows in next year. I can't say it's going to happen or not, but we're trying.
Volcana here.
Yeah, there's Volcana. There's some pretty fun news in the pipe for Volcana that I'm excited about, and I should know better not to get excited about shit. Number one, it's bad for my heart. Number two, the probability of things ever happening when I'm excited about them falls greatly. So if I stay scowled and soured about stuff, it might happen. But
you might get someone's hopes up for
promoting
two CDs.
some stuff for that, man. Pretty excited about the potential for that. So it's been a while. I had to pull out all the stuff and listen to it, and it's been a minute. But certainly Volcana's not done either. But right now the focus is on Vindicator, and I'm hoping to play to 3 people next year. So
good. All right, guys. Well, hey, that was fun. Full Volcana, Vindicator, a lot of V stuff from the man Vic. I'm sure that was intentional. But anyway, folks, thank you for watching The Morning After with JP and Small Vic today. That was very exciting. Thank you for joining us. I want to say, as always, today's episode sponsored by Trilogy brand medicated beef jerky. Beef jerky 123 Trilogy. Again, I will say, if you're angry or you just want to talk to us, send us an email at morningaftertv@gmail.com. I will look at whatever you send me, so be nice. Today's episode is sponsored by thewarriorroom.com. Boot camps, yoga, high-intensity interval training. You can do it all from the comfort of your home at thewarriorroom.com. Still a little unsure about going to gyms because of the cooties and just how people act in those places? My God, they're just animals, and they're screaming and throwing weights around. You don't have to do that. Go to thewarriorroom.com for all your needs from the comfort of your own home. Very affordable too. Drop-in rates start at $15, I'm told. It's very good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And of course you can follow us at The Morning After TV on Instagram. We would really appreciate that. And do like and subscribe and do all that stuff that YouTubers ask you to do. God, that makes me cringe. I haven't found a good way to
do the thing.
Yeah, I haven't found a good way to do the thing and slide that in. But folks, you know what I need you to do. Please do it.
Please do the thing.
Please do the thing. Once again, Vic, thank you so much for joining me, man. That was
Thanks
really
for having
fun.
me, man.
It's
always a blast.
It's your 3rd time on the show. It's very fun.
I know. I'll just come back regularly. I don't care.
You are our most tenured guest. So does that make sense? Tenured? You're our most.
I think so. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
You know what I'm. Dude,
I will come on this show as many times. I will come on this show.
Well, crazy Dave Ellison, don't come on the show. Try to come into a blanket or something like that, or a potted plant. Okay, folks, let's get out of here. Until next week, I'm JP for Vic. We will see you next week, and stay tuned for that All Annihilator episode where we just talk about Annihilator. We don't know when that's going to happen, but you're clearly excited about it.
I'm super stoked about it. I'm ready.
I know you are, Vic, but the folks at home, I'm trying to get them hyped about it too.
Oh, they're going to love it.
They're going to love it if they like Annihilator. And if you're just a fan of two guys complaining.
Yeah, they're going to love it.
All right. Well, hey, let's get out of here. For Vic, I'm JP. We will see you next week live at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And peace out. Bye, guys.
Later.